Recently on this channel, we've been talking a lot about holiday travel, and the time has finally come that you might be starting to make your travels for this holiday season, whether it's traveling home to celebrate the holidays with family or traveling to a new location to celebrate the holidays. Either way, in this video today, I want to share with you 5 tips when it comes to traveling for the holidays. Whether or not you're new here, welcome back to the Megan Moves channel, where I like to help families make the most of their travels so that way they can create long-lasting memories. So let's go ahead and get right on into the video. The first tip that I have for you here is to budget time for security. Now, one of the most important things when it comes to holiday travel is definitely budgeting and managing your time before actually getting to your gate. Now, if you thought the airports were busy before the holiday season, they are completely different once the holidays roll around because there are a large amount of people that are going to be traveling for the holidays. You aren't going to be the only one that's traveling home to celebrate Christmas with the family. Anticipate large crowds when going to the airport. Now, with this, I definitely recommend budgeting time not only for security, but also for if you are planning on checking any bags or checking in for your flight. I definitely recommend budgeting time for that because you can probably anticipate large lines when it comes to checking bags and checking in for flights. And going back to security, I definitely recommend budgeting a little bit more time than usual when it comes to going through security. I know for me personally, when I was traveling for Thanksgiving previously this year, the security lines were far longer compared to what they are usually. So I was very happy that I had budgeted time ahead of time because the last thing that I want to do is miss my flight for going home for the holidays. And that's the last thing that you want to do. So definitely budget time before actually getting to your gate. Tip number 2 here for flying during the holidays is I recommend being patient with others. Now, you may be a seasoned traveler for yourself, but when it comes to traveling for the holidays, there definitely might be other passengers that don't usually fly on airplanes. This may be the one time of year that they decide to go and fly home to be with family, and they might not be used to security or how to check in bags or get to gates or even navigate the airport. So I definitely recommend being patient with others. They might not be as efficient going through security as you are, or knowing where to go or what happens when it comes to visiting an airport. So if you are able, definitely try to be patient with others that are traveling around you. Tip number 3 here is I recommend being flexible when it comes to traveling during the holidays. Now, there are definitely a lot of pros and cons when it comes to traveling for the holidays. The pros are you get to go home and see family members, people you don't usually see throughout the years, but with the cons comes busier airports and potentially flight delays and cancellations. Now, these flight delays and cancellations oftentimes are impacted due to weather, if there's a snowstorm going on in the location that you're flying from or that your plane is coming from. A lot of times the flights can be delayed or even canceled. But you may be thinking, well, I'm flying out of a warm location where there isn't even any snow or weather delays around, and what I have to say to that is that you might not be traveling from a warm location, but the plane that is going to be taking you to your location might be coming from an area that is having or experiencing some weather delays. So I definitely recommend being patient and being flexible when it comes to traveling for the holiday season. Tip number 4 is for anyone who potentially hasn't purchased their tickets for flying during the holidays yet, and that's I recommend you to fly early in the mornings. Now, I personally do not like getting up early and going to the airport, but there are a lot of perks to flying early in the morning. One nice thing about flying early in the morning is that oftentimes when you get to your gate, your plane is already there because it had been landed from the night before, and so your plane is already there, ready and waiting for you to fly that morning. So barring that the crew arrives on time to fly you to your destination, this is a great way to avoid any delays or potentially cancellations, barring that there also isn't any weather going on in your area. So if you are able to choose an early flight, this is a great way to potentially get you to your destination on time, but also a great way to maximize the time that you have at the location that you're going to. If you're able to fly early in the morning, you can make the most of the day that you have ahead of you. And the last tip that I have for you here, tip number 5 on the list, is to pack light. When traveling home for the holidays, I always try to pack light because when you're traveling for the holidays, there's a good chance that you are either exchanging or getting gifts. So also the last thing that you want to do is have too many items in your bags that you aren't able to take anything home with you, or that you may have to purchase a checked bag. So if you're able to pack light and anticipate bringing some items home with you, that may be something that helps you out whenever you're turning to your location. The good thing for me, and it might also be a good thing for you, is I know whenever I'm traveling for the holidays, holidays, I am traveling home to my home in Pennsylvania, where I still have a room in my house, and I usually leave some items or articles of clothing there so that way I don't have to pack a lot whenever it comes to traveling. So that might be something you want to think about. If you already have items at the destination that you are going to, you might not have to pack as much, so you can leave some more room in your bag for whenever you are returning from your holiday travel. So there you go, everyone. There's a list of 5 tips when it comes to traveling for the holidays. Holiday travel can tend to be pretty stressful, but if you keep it in the back of your mind that you are traveling for a reason, whether it's traveling somewhere new to celebrate the holidays or going to visit family and friends that you don't see very often, that can help to make your experience a little bit more enjoyable. Let me know in the comments what you're planning on doing when it comes to travel for the holidays this year, and if you're interested in keeping up with future ways to make the most of your travels, definitely hit that subscribe button below, and we'll let you know when the next video goes live. So have a great holiday season, enjoy your travels, and we'll see you in the next video. See you guys!